Yes, I've been to the outdoor theater. I've been with a couple of friends where we packed a whole dinner and sat out in chairs, and we had a lot of fun and watched two movies. I think they've closed because when you sit and watch a movie, you kind of have to be in an enclosed space to actually watch the movie. If you go to an outdoor theater, a lot of the times it's more social time, and you never really get the gist of the movie. So when you're clipping on your little sound thing at the end of the car, it's just not it's more of a social atmosphere than an atmosphere to watch a movie. I think they go to the outdoor theater for more for the social aspect of it as opposed to going to actually see the movie, because it's really hard to actually watch a movie at the outdoor because there's so much going on. You know, every different car has a different picnic, and you get really distracted and actually watch the movie. It's a seasonal thing because you can't watch a movie in the middle of a snowstorm. So it's more of a summer, it's actually a summer place gathering as opposed to actually a quote unquote movie theater. I think it's definitely a downfall on the theater. They don't get enough revenue to be able to appropriate the business because they only are there. It's a short period of time where people actually go for the summer movies, you know, or the springtime movies, and then it's, you know, closed all winter. Positive, it's a great place to have a group setting to go out, hang out with your friends, or to have fun. I mean, it's a novelty is what it is. So it's a novelty. You can go and have fun and get your lawn chairs or drive a truck and sit in the back of the truck. Where can you go sit in the back of a truck and watch a movie at a drive-in? As opposed to going into a theater where you're actually focused on the movie. So it definitely is a novelty. I think the people that actually go to the drive-in, they have to watch the movie again because they don't see the whole movie. So it's definitely a novelty. The 1950s theme is actually where it all began. So a drive-in is an older avenue of the theaters. So it's a good theme because that's what it is, you know, going to the drive-in. You know, you look at Greece. In Greece, they go to the drive-in. Do they watch the movie? No, they socialize. So it's what the aspect of I'm going to the drive-in, that's what it is. McHenry Theater is on a big plot of land. Yeah, a store could go in there. I'm not sure how much revenue the theater actually makes, if, you know, it's worth it. If they're making enough money to pay the cost on the land and pay the rent on the property, then it definitely is a novelty. Otherwise, I mean, the land could be houses for people to live. And if people need houses to live in, it would probably be better than having that outdoor theater.
Have I been to the outdoor theater in McHenry? I've never been in the outdoor theater at McHenry. I've been here for 11 years and I refuse to go. I've been to an outdoor theater in the past, in Wheeling actually, but that one had closed down. I'm not a big fan of them, but no, I've not. Distractions. I like to be in an environment where I can actually focus on the movie and get my money's worth. Movie theaters have more technology, better sound effects. I think a drive-in theater, I'm always distracted by cars coming in, not turning off their headlights, people walking around, and sound quality, but I've never really gotten into the drive-in movie theater experience as much as probably other people have. They have probably closed, well, probably for the fact that the land that they're on is much more valuable than the money they're making from an outdoor theater. Outdoor theaters have kind of gone away because the general population doesn't go to them as much as they used to in the past. So they're probably not making as much money. But mainly it comes down to money and not being a viable business for a lot of companies to continue operating. Well, most people go to the outdoor theater just to, usually a gathering. It's more of a social experience for people. Back in the days, it was really a way for people to get out and go to the movies. They didn't have big, glamorous movie theaters like they do today. Again, it was a mainstay back in the day. Today, I think people go mainly because they want to get sort of that feel of what it was like for to see a movie back in the 50s and 60s. But I think they just like to go to the movie theaters more than the outdoor theaters. Positives. Again, social atmosphere. If you like to hang around with a lot of people, you can get a lot of cars in there. You can really gather in one area. Well, that's different in a movie theater. Really, a movie theater, you have to be very quiet. You got to concentrate on the movie. You can get a few people. You can gather in a movie theater, but you're all sitting in one row. In a outdoor theater, you really can kind of gather and set up your seats outside, to watch the movie. Well, it has to be, because I guess it depends on where you're at. If you're here in McHenry, you you can't be going in during the wintertime. People wouldn't be going in there in the wintertime because they'd be clammed up in their cars with the heat on, and cars running and running out of gas. But even in the summertime, sometimes it's very hot, and you have to be in. You may want to be in your car, not fighting the elements, mosquitoes, etc. But yeah, I think that's it. Totally outdated. It's kind of like a 50s diner. Sometimes people like to have a 50s diner. They think that's a good thing, but a movie theater, that's when it was established back in the 50s and 60s. So there's really not much they can change for an outdoor theater. It's basically a piece of land, a parking lot, and a big screen, and people pull their cars in. So you can go get food, but I think there's really not a lot they can do to change that. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of nice to have an outdoor movie theater. You don't want them to go away and be extinct, but it's certainly more valuable to probably build houses. You can build businesses. I think there's definitely other avenues you can make more money with a piece of property, because an outdoor movie theater has to be on a large piece of property just to make room for all the cars that come in there. So it's definitely, depending on the location, I think a lot of companies will hang on to that until the economy allows them to sell it for a larger profit. But yeah, I think there's a lot of other options you can go with other than an outdoor movie theater to make more money on it.